People always think that it's luck, but I believe that it's always if you're prepared and when the opportunity comes, that's where good things will happen. But it's not about luck. Where if you are not prepared and good things come, then you may not be able to grasp it also. I would say that don't really think about the ROI as of now, because this is really a knowledge and a skill that you can pick up for yourself, and it's something that you can do for yourself.
Hi, this is Brenda. So Brenda, can you share a bit like what you do and just a little bit about who you are also?
Okay, hi everybody. So my name is Brenda. So I'm in the training and development industry. I have been investing since 2016. So that's a little bit about myself.
Okay. So what led you to kind of join the one-to-one coaching?
Because I feel that for all these years, most of the time it's really about following gurus or like taking stock tips from somewhere. And I really wanted to have an in-depth study of the companies and most importantly, independent thinking so that I will be able to make my own decisions.
But there's a lot of coaching that is also, available in the marketplace. But is there anything that came to your mind that you decided to work with me or, like decided at the point in time it's suitable to do the coaching?
Actually, for me, it's more of trust because I also know you for some time, and I think more especially since 2018 onwards. So you have been very generous in sharing your knowledge, and I think that's one. So for me, that's important. You're definitely not fly by night. Secondly, is when we did the survey questions. So I think all the points were like sort of spoke to me. At that time, I also not very sure. Okay, I just wanted to give it a shot. But I know I also thought to myself, okay, I mean, this will be my last shot. And I don't think I want to go for any more coaching if let's say this does not work out. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the main thing is driving it is really to have the independent thinking. Yeah.
So can I say that like the last hope that you put on doing this coaching, it was really also because of what has happened to your portfolio?
Yeah. So I saw my portfolio, but without giving too much details, having a new high in November 21. So I also remember, I mean, you're one of those who alerted. And actually I really didn't know what I was doing. I know that during it was very I mean, I would say it was very easy because it's really like just to buy those quality companies. But 2-1, after that, there was a drop and I didn't know what to do with it. And I realized something, being able to maybe receive tips from somebody is one thing, but the ability to sustain the wealth or sustain, I wouldn't say the wealth, or maybe the portfolio is another. It requires more knowledge. Yeah.
Then since you completed the coaching, right, what has changed, for you so far?
I think one of the things that has changed is mainly to because during the coaching I did a certain company. I don't know whether it's convenient to share.
Sure.
So they also have been like different theories of should I exit or not. However, because there's so much in-depth study done, so I know that there's still potential for the company to grow. So I didn't exit. So that's one. The second one is really independent thinking. So I think in about early September, so there was this drop in, okay, maybe I say Google. So I know a lot of people they cut loss. Okay, but at that time actually I did read about it. Okay, but I didn't go really super in depth. However, it was really based on the webinar that you have. And then after that, using that I went to read the matrix. Yeah. Read more about the important points. And then I just enter more. And I mean, even though that time it was because I cannot sleep, then I went to look at it and wow, it has fallen so much. I was very happy about it. So after I just enter more, and I thought that is like I sort of have the feeling that I know what I'm doing. But of course, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's perfect. There's so much more to learn, but it's really more about the thing that, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. This is, I mean, it's even though Google has been hit by this news, but
Yeah.
it's definitely will not affect a lot of the business that they are doing.
I see.
Yeah.
So did you achieve at the end of the coaching program, what you have thought of, like besides when you mentioned independent thinking, is there anything else that you have achieved?
Yeah, I thought the important or the useful part for me was more of the framework that
Mm,
has been shared during the coaching because it's very systematic. So
sure.
everything can be done on like can be seen on one mural or one flow chart. So
Yeah.
let's say if I get lost, right, it's very easy to like refer back. And also I thought the another thing is really the financial statements. Yeah, which is the I thought it's the lifeblood of the company. Yeah, rather than, I mean, the branding or the market noise or whatever they are doing, it's really to drill deep into the financial statements.
Yeah, when you mentioned the financial statements, right? Do you have any sort of like financial education or background?
No, definitely not. So
You
I
don't.
was
Right.
very slow when I was doing it. I mean,
Mm,
for the first time. Yeah, until you share about some of your students, they actually have some Excel sheet. I go and create my own Excel sheet.
yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that it's really about making the effort to
Mm.
go and learn. Yeah.
By the end of the day, the lessons though you say was not easy, right? But I think we went through a couple of case studies, right? And I still remember one of the case study was Apple, and it totally changed the way you view the company. Maybe you want to share a little bit about that, like how was that experience like?
Yeah, because they
Mm.
actually their operating margin percentage was very high, and prior to that, my biggest position was Tesla. So of course, I know it's not apple to apple comparisons,
Yeah,
pardon the pun intended.
yeah,
And then when I learned about that, I actually went to look at compare with other companies, which I was very curious, like Lulu and Google. Then I thought, wow, why did I go and put so much money in Tesla? I mean, sorry, I mean, yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
there's something
So
you gain along the way.
yeah, so I thought it's more about getting myself educated
Mm.
and looking at the matrix, like knowing about the company before doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, about it.
Yes. So you know that I always talk about skills and capability, right? Do you think these two? And now that after you have completed the coaching, you have some real actions, which is you buy some companies or portfolio. So how are you making investment decisions differently? I know you mentioned like now you now know how to compare between companies. Is there other things that you have been doing very differently?
Yes, so
Hmm.
lesser trades
That's
and
actually.
also being very disciplined, as in not to go in when the company is overvalued. Yeah, it's very difficult for me because I need to trade with English.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the most difficult thing to do lah, I would say. Okay, I'm not saying most difficult, but challenging.
Sure. So, any difference in this new like portfolio right now? I know that you mentioned the last crash, back in August, we had one, and then you mentioned about talking about Google. That this feeling is definitely different now from what you have mentioned, right? So then now that you have the ability to find like undervalue and stuff, is there anything else that's changed, like, in the portfolio aspect, lah?
Okay, so actually from the coaching until now, so I didn't have to
Mm,
cut loss for anything. So I think that's
okay.
one because I know what I'm buying, so and I know what I'm doing. So that's why I didn't go and cut loss. I think that is one very big
Mm,
change.
yeah.
And another one is really do less and have patience, which is also very challenging for me initially. Yeah.
So when you mentioned about cut loss, right? Maybe you want to share a little bit about your journey or your experience about cutting loss, because there's really many different school of thoughts behind cutting loss. So maybe you just want to share a bit about your experience between back then and now.
I guess most people who are into options would know about wheeling approach. That's to selling calls and puts continuously. So at first I thought, wow, this is something that I can do. Just save enough money to buy 100 shares and let's keep doing that. However, one of the positions that I have just now I mentioned earlier was Tesla. So at the end of last year, I think it went up to 255 and then this year it crashed quite badly. So a lot of people were like dumping Tesla. I think it even went to 150 and everybody's maybe it would not even it would probably worth $100. So I was thinking, okay, should I just continue to repair it or
Mm, mm,
and wait, right? And wait, or just cut loss. And actually
yeah.
I was very scared because because if my strike is 255 and it went to less than 100 and I will have gone through the same cycle again that I have in
Mm,
November 2021. And I realized the challenge at that time was really the in-depth knowledge of the company. If I
Mm,
know about the company, and if I know, or if I know about what is the intrinsic value, and I know the plans, right, I
mm,
will probably know what to do. I may or may not have cut loss. Like, if I really believe in the vision and I know
yeah.
this year they're going to do the robo taxi, blah blah blah, right? Then probably I'll think, okay, maybe I shouldn't. But at that time, if I don't know and I just went in blind and just do the willing approach, then yeah, I mean, there will always be the fear and the uncertainty.
So after this entire coaching, I can see that there's definitely a change lah in this mindset about cut loss. And now we know the key puzzle, the key piece, right, to your portfolio is actually the having a deep understanding lah about what you are buying. So how do you feel, right, about investing in yourself?
I feel great. And in fact, to those out there, if you are considering, I would say that don't really think about the ROI as of now, because this is really a knowledge and a skill that you can pick up for yourself. And it's something that you can do for yourself if you really want to have a
Mm,
sustainable path in investing versus relying on tips from
mm.
gurus. Because gurus are all around us. Yeah, but you can be your own guru.
That's the first time I hear you saying about this. Okay, then yeah, so now that you feel like this coaching has ended, and we often talk about this, right? Like how do we have sustainable results lah? I'm not talking like very good results or very poor results. I'm talking about sustainable results that, with this capability, you can keep doing your own research, building your own portfolio. So what are your future plans, moving from here? Maybe you want to share a little bit like,
Okay,
your
frankly,
thoughts.
before this, I really think financial analysis or FA is the most boring thing ever. And like for me, I'm like, can I don't even look at it? Just go and take somebody's watch list and then do myself concept. But actually, after this whole thing, I find that it's actually very exciting because there's actually so much things to uncover. It's like, I would say, okay, I'm not really a rabbit hole, but there's so much more things that I don't know. And then it's really to go in there and find out about the company and what it does. And then that excites me. So for me, it's really about building roadmaps, have confidence, and then of course be ready, because I always believe, right? People always think that it's luck. But I believe that it's always, if you're prepared and when the opportunity comes, that's where good things will happen. But it's not about luck. Where if you are not
Mm.
prepared and good things come, then you may not be able to grasp it also. Yeah.
I agree with you lah. Because during bull market, a lot of things may seems to be very rosy, very easy. And when you think about what has past history taught us, is usually when the stock price is declining fast. There's a lot of issues with the company. People don't believe in the company story. That's where they decided to exit or not to put bigger holes into their portfolio. Right. And I think with this framework, it has kind of shown me that how you have managed to look at the next few companies, and learn how to prepare yourself better. So what do you want to say, right? If someone else is thinking about the program itself, what do you think they should know or like prepare themselves?
Okay, so just now I mentioned, right, this is not
Mm,
really about stock tips. Yeah, it's really about investing in yourself and the knowledge that you have, the conviction that you have for the
mm,
company. And I thought most importantly is also having the time commitment, because end of the day, right, the knowledge is yours to take with. And of course, for Yuan Cheng, right, he is very generous in sharing his knowledge. Yeah, in fact,
have I challenged your thoughts process? Uh,
yes, actually, sometimes that's why actually I told Yue Cheng not to give me the answer, because I think it's very important to have the ability or the capability to find the answer. Unless I really don't have the answer, then I say, oh, sorry. Yeah, but it's important to set aside the time and the commitment to do this. And also, like what I mentioned, is for the in-depth study of the company and to do it in a more, this investing journey in a more sustainable fashion.
yeah. So one of the things, can I say that, do you get the piece that you initially wanted also? Like from the start when you mentioned, do you still feel like now you have the piece for what you own in your portfolio?
For the piece, yes. I mean, of course, nothing is perfect. I mean, I'm human also. So now for me, is I'm like thinking,
Mm.
oh, okay, did I buy too little of certain thing? Like, yeah. So I think that is the question
Oh,
that I have. Because like I was like so disciplined, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, am I like too under invested? But I guess the past one also have taught me there's always be chances and not to be too impulsive, because I by nature I'm the type don't really have patience. Like I really like want to do things fast and see things fast. So this is also a journey of self-reflection and
Yeah.
self-awareness. Yeah, because if
Continuous
we
learning. Yeah.
don't know, right, then how are we going to do things better?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Brenda, for all the kind words and sharing.
Thank you.